We started a little late. We're going to part two. But I need to do right now, because the gentleman you about to hear from, I've known for quite some time. Perhaps one of the most powerful speakers, gifted individuals I've ever met in my entire life. One of his gifts is his voice. This gentleman is responsible for creating the success that he's been responsible for the past 2+ decades. Is just untouched. Somebody in this room right now, perhaps everybody, but somebody in this room is going to get a word from this gentleman right now, and you will not recognize where you are a year from now. Like, you're going to be, I was at Elevate Conference November 4th, right there in Dallas, Texas, in spite of all what's going on, because I showed up, I was there, I heard from Obina Endu, and now I'm in a whole nother neighborhood. Now I have a whole nother spouse, or a new spouse, right? I'm not, if you're married, I'm not saying to change your spouse, right? But you're going to hear something that's going to put you in a position where you are not going to recognize yourself. So real quick, I need somebody to go right now, go talk to two people and say, hey, look, if you knew who I was going to become, you would take me to dinner today. Two people right now, real quick. If you knew who I was going to become, you would take me to dinner today. Two people, real quick. All right. So, did everybody bring their? I don't know if Natasha put in the email. I told her last week to put it in the email that went out to tell everybody to bring their seatbelt. Did y'all bring seatbelts?
Yeah.
Okay, because this next piece right here, if you're not strapped in, like, you are going to go through the roof. How many in the room right now are parents? How many in the room right now are spouses? How many in the room right now have a business? How many in the room right now have a combination of any of the three? You have kids in a business. You have a job in a business and kids, right? Can we agree that when life happens, life be life, right? It's a little challenging to go out there to be the best wife, to be the best husband, and run a successful business and be a great parent. That can be challenging, right? Well, the gentleman you're going to hear from that's come to the stage right now, he has receipts year after year of doing it. I've lost count how many children he does have. Like, every time I'm on the phone with him, it's like a different kid. But, you know, going through his challenges in marriage, being a husband, I watched the gentleman build multiple businesses and literally over the past 2 decades earn millions of dollars. Because some people don't have 20 years of experience. I've been an entrepreneur now 19 years, so it's put me in the space that, see, being around the right people, it's put me in the space where I'm around other entrepreneurs. So I've been around people who's doing business for 15 years, for 10 years. They don't have 10 years of experience. They have 1 year of experience repeated 10 times. That's the difference. So we want to make sure you're effective. We want to make sure you're going out there doing well in business, but still your kids see you as mommy and dad. We want to make sure you go out there and build a multi-million-dollar business, but we want to make sure that your wife's saying you're more married to the business than you are to me. So we're going to equip you right now with some tools from Mr. Obina Endu, who's done it. He's one of the best fathers I know, one of the most successful entrepreneurs I know. He's 47 years old, has not had a job, has not had a W-2 since he was 25 years old. Would y'all agree that's somebody who knows what they're talking about? So I want you to do me a favor, stand to your feet, welcome my brother, who's here with us today in Dallas, Texas, all the way from Georgia, Obina Endu.
All right. What's up, Dallas?
What's up?
Oh, come on, y'all. I don't know if you can tell by my name, but I'm not from America. I came all the way from my brother's homeland, Nigeria, and y'all just gonna tell me hello. What's up, Dallas? Thank you. I appreciate that a little bit better. But do me a favor. You guys have been sitting for a little while. By the way, was Mr. Carlos Spencer incredible? Man, I was in the back of the room ready to run through the wall with you, E. So do me a favor, guys. If y'all can stand. I want to get the blood going. So I want you to turn to your right, this way. My left, your right, this way. I want you to reach out to the shoulders in front of you. Give them a massage. Keep your hands above the waist, gentlemen, above the waist. Some of us are looking for knowledge, some of us are looking for pride. It's okay. Massage. Come on, squeeze. Every squeeze is worth $100. Come on, squeeze. There you go. Get in there. All right, chop them up. Chop them up a little bit. Chop them up. Chop it up. Don't beat them up. Chop them up. All right. Okay, switch. Yes. I gotta do it. Come on now. Yeah, get in there. There you go. Give him that love. There you go. There you go. All right, chop them up. Chop them up. Chop them up. Cool. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Don't you feel better already? More energy? All right, go ahead. Have a seat. There you go. By the way, that's the first thing I kind of want to talk about today a little bit is, a lot of times with the things that we do, it's the energy that we bring to the table is the energy we get back. And so a lot of times we want to wait till we see the results to give the energy. But you're what Mr. Vision Man said earlier, you've got to give it before it comes. So part of the thing that shows up for me whenever I talk to any type of room, especially in a conference like this, it's the energy. As the speaker, guess what? I can only give you back the energy you what? Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, that was a -3. I can only give you back the energy you what? That was a 1. I can only give you back the energy you what? You getting better? That's not a 5 yet, but I give you the energy you what? Come on, you got more in there. I can only give you the energy you what? Don't you feel better? Like seriously, y'all. Listen, I talk to myself. People think I'm crazy. No, I'm not. It's okay to talk to yourself. Give yourself that love. Give yourself that energy. So today, as I share with you over the next couple of minutes, I'm not going to be up here too long because I really want to get to the Q&A side of things because I want you to get what you came to get today. Because our chance to share with you this morning is what we want to give you. But I want you to walk out of here with what you want to get out of here. Is that okay? Oh, yeah. Is that okay? All right, you guys are still doing horrible with the energy. Is that okay? Yeah. I'm trying to get you to lift your 1,000-pound arm. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay, you listen. Y'all ever heard that story of the guy who prayed to God to help him because he was in a town that was drowning? Y'all remember that story? Nobody ever heard that story? All right, I'll tell you that story real quick. I love stories, by the way. I'll tell you 2 stories, actually. So there's a story of the guy who was drowning, and, the guy comes by and he says, listen, the town is going to be underwater in about 15 minutes. You got to get out of here now. Dude's like, nope, I'm good. I'm waiting on God. He had what? Starts with an F. Faith. He had faith. Second boat comes by. Sir, town will be gone in about 9 minutes. You got to go. Nope, I'm waiting on God. Water's about up to his knees. Helicopter. Sir, grab the ladder. Town will be gone in about 3 minutes. Nope, I'm waiting on God. Anybody want to tell me what happened to him?
He's going to drown.
Yeah, but he had faith. So where'd he go? What happened? So he was happy to be there, but he was upset with God. So he walks up to him. Hey, I was waiting on you. Why didn't you come to get me?
I was there.
He said it. I sent you 2 boats and a helicopter. Some of us, the reason that we are drowning is because we won't even participate in our own rescue. So a lot of you are here today because you are looking for something. You want to rescue yourself in some way, financially, balance, whatever it may be. But I'm asking you to participate in your own rescue. So if I ask you a question, I need you to give me an answer because that's you participating in your own rescue. Thank you. It's still only 2 of you talking to me. I love you. But how about everybody else? I'm serious, y'all. Yeah. It's not about motivation. My mentor said all the time, if you take an idiot and you motivate him, all you got is a motivated idiot. It's about education. Yes. So I really want you to walk out of here not hyped up, but actually educated up. Because now, guess what? Wherever the head goes, the body follows. Yes? Yes. Oh, it's a little better. Yes? Yes. Okay. So let me tell you a really interesting story I really want to start with today. There was this kid. Him and his dad, he wanted to spend more time with his dad. Because my topic I'm tasked to talk to you all today about is about balance. And so his father was CEO of this big company. So he's in a huge leadership position. So he's entitled to, doing all this stuff that he's got to do and work and all these demands on his life. So he comes home one day and he's feeling really horrible. And so he sees his son and he has this thought, man, I'm supposed to spend time with little Johnny. Why is it always little Johnny, right? They don't ever use it as name. It's always Johnny. So I know, right? So it's always little Johnny. So he wants to spend time with little Johnny, but he's feeling guilty. So he looked around. He's like, man, I got to keep him busy for at least just 20, 30 minutes. I got to get some stuff done. So he saw this newspaper on the coffee's table over there. So he grabbed it, and there was a picture of a globe. And so he tore the piece of paper, the newspaper into pieces of paper, and he handed his son all the pieces. He said, son, listen, just pretend this is a puzzle. I got to get some stuff done. And while you work on the puzzle, I'll finish work. And then when you're done, we'll hang out. So he figured little Johnny would be occupied for a good 45 minutes because he tore this thing into all types of pieces. And so it wasn't even 5 minutes later. Little Johnny comes back to him, Daddy, I'm done. And he's like, what? Let me see that. He couldn't believe it. So he looked, and it was perfect. He was flabbergasted. He turns to Johnny and said, Johnny, how did you do this? Johnny said, well, Daddy, on the other side of the globe, there was a picture of a man, and when I put the man together, the world was right. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to literally impart on you today that maybe your world isn't right yet because you haven't finished putting together the man or the woman first. And that's the thing that we always mess up. We try to go out there and fix out there. There's a quote that says, we all sit around the ring and suppose while the secret sits in the center and knows. It's always from the inside out. My son, he just turned 8. He said to me the other day, because he loves watching these riddles and things on YouTube. And he's like, Daddy, why do we drive in the parkway and park in the driveway? I said, what? Say that again. Because at first I'm like, what? Because at first it messes with your mind. I said, you're right. You guys aren't from Jersey. In Jersey, we've got the Garden State Parkway. I'm in Georgia now, but we grew up in Jersey. We have a Garden State Parkway. So we drive on the parkway and park in the driveway. And it made all the sense in the world. But here's the thing I want to bring out today. It's about flip-flops. A lot of us, we live in this world of things where they already flipped and flopped the wrong way. So we go out there trying to work on out there first. And then wonder why things are falling apart inside. It's inside first, and then out there gets right. Because when the little boy put the man together, the world was right. Am I making sense so far?
Yeah.
Let's have a little fun. I like to do it. When I train, I like to interact with the crowd. So let me do this with you guys real quick, all right? So I'm going to need your participation. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay, your energy's good. Y'all are doing great. Okay, so here's a piece of a pie. Now, here's what I want you to do. Tell me something that you know you know. Anybody? Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Tell me something you know you know.
The sun is hot.
Yes, it is. Agreed. So give me something else, guys. What else do you know that you know?
My name.
You know your name. Okay, what else? Eric, you're a good man. Hey, Tasha, better keep him. He got my vote. He said his wife is amazing. Hint, hint. Yes, dear. The favorite words of a successful husband. Okay. So, what else do you know that you know? How to put on clothes. Give me something else. One more.
We're all gonna die.
Oh, man. Did you have to tell me that one? I wish I didn't know that one. But you're right, though. You're absolutely right, though. Okay, so we all got that. Now, tell me something that you know you don't know.
Oh, how to fly a plane.
Okay. What else?
When you're gonna die.
Wow, that's a good one.
That's my type.
Give me something else, fellas. The ladies are kicking your butts.
Let's go.
What we know we don't know.
Tell me something you know you don't know.
How to make $1 billion.
How to make $1 billion. Got it. What else? One more.
How to do what the work does.
How to do what the man? You really? Eric is trying to get it good, boy. You want another baby or something? Okay. Now, here you see. Look at this. I want you to see this. Now I want you to tell me something you don't know. You don't know. Don't just throw out an answer. Think. Tell me something you don't know. You don't know.
No.
Anybody got an answer? The ladies say they don't know. Gentlemen, what do you say? That's the answer.
It's like, yeah, I'm finna say
Matter of fact, because if
I
you give
don't
me
know,
something,
I don't
if
know.
whatever answer you'd have gave me that you know, it would have fallen in one of these two.
That's right.
Because remember, you don't know. You don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What if I told you that everything that you desire, from money, husband, wife, kids, house, whatever, that the bigger majority of it is here. You don't know that you don't know.
Mm.
But most of us look here to answer this question. So first thing I want to do is I want you to applaud yourself for being at this conference today, because it's the people who attend the conferences and the seminars, the people who read the books, the people who go making the discoveries. They're the ones who take things from this realm and move it into these. Give yourself a high five. Give somebody next to you a high five and say, you're a champion. Give them a high five. Say, I'm a champion. No. Not that -2 energy. Give that person a high five and say, yeah, I'm a winner.
I'm
That's right. That's right.
We are winners.
That's right. There you go. We're all winners. So listen, my job today, guys, is to talk to you about balance, okay? The reason I brought up the parts that you don't know is because I'm going to share with you, I wanted to open up your minds because in order for me to put something in somewhere, it's got to first open up. So I wanted to kind of open up your minds a little bit with what we've already talked about. So let me now make some deposits, okay? So what's the thing with life when it comes to, as a matter of fact, let's start over. What are the 5 areas or 6 areas of life that actually matter? Anybody know?
Family.
Family is one. Give me another one.
Health.
Finance.
Health is another. Okay, what else?
She said finance.
Finance is up there. Yep. What else?
Security.
Yes, but it falls under a category. I want to know the major categories.
Shelter.
Yes, but it falls under. What is it? So you've got family, health, finance,
Food.
Yes, but that's also falls under. What about this one?
Oh, spiritual.
Right?
Spiritual.
What else? There's 2 more.
Community.
Close.
I said mine.
Close. Come on, y'all. I want you guys to really think, because this is part of the challenge with why we're not balanced.
Work.
Close.
Vocations.
Close.
Purpose.
Uh-uh.
No.
Impact.
You said impact? Yeah, this is what I said. I want you to leave out of here learning something. What else? What'd you say? You said impact?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so close. There's another one. I'll give you one. I'll let y'all cheat.
A bit.
What's the next one? What are they?
You guys ask in the comments, you ask in the DMs, emails. We hear you. We know your struggles. We feel the pain, man. Over the last 12 months, me and my brother here, we've been building alongside of a great team that's been behind us. And you guys ask about Instagram, how to grow your Instagram, how to grow your TikTok, how to grow your YouTube, how to monetize your YouTube, how to properly structure Instagram, how to properly structure your YouTube with the titles and the thumbnails.
Right.
All these questions will be answered in our community, a community of the realists. Hence the term, can I be real? We only work with the realists, man. And in this group and in this community, you will be working alongside like-minded individuals that's just like you, that's starting, that's wanting to brand, that's wanting to grow their podcast, their brand, their personal business, anything on the content side, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or YouTube.
So when you come, we're going to give you every strategy that you need to build your platform, whether it is the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube channel. For example, right, everybody knows when you're scrolling on YouTube, the first thing you'll come across is what? You're going to see a thumbnail of a video.
Yep.
So thumbnail is one of the most important things that you need to properly grow your channel, because that's the first thing that pops up. Along other things, titles, even the hashtags. We will show you how to properly place those, how to properly brand and name these things, from the Instagram to the TikTok as well. Same thing. So all you got to do is click the link and you can get that information from the realists. You feel me? Type shit.
No one? Thank you, Carlos. I was waiting for the ladies. That's why I'm over here leaning on y'all. I'm trying to help you guys.
Probably let someone else do something.
Oh, that's what it was. You trying to help the guys out.
Yeah, I mean, it is a world females are taking over.
I understand. Okay, she was being real courteous, y'all. Okay, so family, health, finance, spiritual, social, emotional. These are the 6 major categories of life. It doesn't matter what your culture, doesn't matter your race, and you're human. These are the things that matter. So here's what we've been taught. I know Carlos told me. I think he brought another one back there. Carlos, he did bring one back there. See it right behind you? He brought one for me because he told me I only had 3 sheets. I like to write a lot, y'all, because we'll come back to this. So listen, this is what we're told that we're supposed to have in all of those 6 areas. Some type of what? Balance. See, the challenge with looking at it this way is that now you have 2 things that are what? At odds, that are pulling against each other. Yes or yes?
Yeah.
I love my 2 friends. Yes or yes?
Yes.
That was a negative 2. Yes or yes?
Yes.
There's a 2. Yes or yes?
Yes.
They're at odds. But life that I found is more of a circle. It's a whole different way of looking at your life. It's not about balance anymore. It becomes about having things operate in a symbiotic situation where they need each other, as opposed to they're at odds with each other. Are y'all with me?
I'm here.
Yes. Because guess what? You're the same father or mother that's the business woman or man. Yes or yes?
Yes.
True.
So why are we fighting those 2 things? When you start looking at it from a circular versus a linear standpoint, now there's no longer, it's a whole lot. Half the stress is already off the table. Friday. Was it Friday? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Part of the seminar for yesterday was with a gentleman with Aflac. And when we first walked in the room, I'm seeing this guy. I didn't know who was who. We walked in the room. I'm seeing this guy setting up. And there were these 2 beautiful little girls sitting in a chair in the corner. And I said to myself, man, I love that. I kept it inside. I didn't say anything. I just saw God has given me even more content to share with you all today. But he had his 2 daughters there. And then at the end of it, when he finished his presentation, he had a gift for everybody. Guess who gave everybody in the room the gifts? The daughters. You see how working in a circular versus a linear, you don't have to compete? You actually complete. Now let's blow that out 20 years. What does it look like for those 2 little girls? Somebody tell me, talk to me. What if he's doing that on a regular basis? What does their life look like? Talk to me, y'all. I'm not gonna give y'all answers. I'll wait.
Look fulfilled.
Yeah.
What else?
Experience.
What else? What would that experience, what would it probably cause, inspire, lead to?
Them to recreate.
Keep going. Them to what?
Recreate.
Recreate what?
Foundational things they just talked about.
And what was their dad? It starts with an E.
Emotional.
What does he do?
He's a
Of an entrepreneur. They didn't have to go read the book to make the discovery.
Yeah.
Their dad included them versus having it be at odds. So yesterday we were in the second half of the day, and Coach Trey, by the way, Coach Trey, wherever you are, you see this info, brother, you blessed my life. Thank you.
Yeah.
He's hands down my favorite new relationship coach on the planet.
Yeah.
The man is phenomenal. But Coach asked a question and something came out of my spirit. And I said, I remember when I was starting out my entrepreneurial career, and my son, he wanted this bike. And I knew that I had to go work and make the money and all that stuff. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to spend as much time with him. So I said to my son, I said, listen, Junior, I know you want this bike. And, in order for me to get this for you, I need to go and really focus for the next about, 60, 90 days. And son, I promise you, by the time I'm done, I'm going to help you get this bike. So what did I just do? Somebody tell me what I just did. But by doing what I did, I'm going to tell you the answer. What did I do?
Got him involved.
Yes, I got him involved. It wasn't linear. It wasn't in conflict anymore. Guess what my son said to me one day when he saw me kind of hanging out, not doing work? Daddy, exactly. Dad, what are you doing? Aren't you supposed to be working? Where's my bike? So now, as opposed to dad is working, he's never spending time with me. Am I getting through to anybody?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's not about it being linear. It's about it being circular.
Yeah.
Let's go. Hey, Los, yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that. All right, so here's what I want to do. Why he's doing that? Tell me what this means. TGIF.
Thank God it's Friday.
Isn't that interesting? How many days in the week?
7.
7. Y'all didn't sound too sure about that one. How many days in the week? 7. All right, I get it. TGIF. Why do we only thank God for one?
Oh man.
I want you to see the flip flop. You know, it's funny. Somebody called me last month, and they were like, what was it? What was the holiday? Labor Day? I forgot which one it was. Which, hence, this is my point. He's like, bro, you know, the kids are off Monday. I'm like, oh, yeah, they are. Great. I didn't know that. You know why I didn't know that? Because every day is a holiday.
Yes.
You see, when you start to own your own business, you look at the world differently.
Yeah.
When I had a job, I was looking at TGIF. I had the wrong flip-flop. But when I started working and doing my own thing, guess what? And I'm not saying this to brag. I'm telling you. Any entrepreneur out there will tell you, yeah, that's how it works. You every day is the same for you. Saturday and Monday are the same. Do you know in life, most heart attacks happen on Monday between 8 a.m. and 10 a.m. in the morning? Look it up. Google it. It's because people are so stressed out about going to work. They separate their lives and they put in a linear situation, conflicting. So much so that it's literally killing them. Facts. Ladies and gentlemen, my whole reason for talking to you today is to cause you to start looking at things differently.
Yeah.
My mentor, favorite one, Jim Rohn, he says, our lives are mostly affected by how we think things are, not how they actually are.
That's good.
So how about TGIE? TGI every day. Instead of just TGIF. I thank God for every day. Are y'all with me?
Yeah.
No, seriously, are y'all with me?
Yeah.
So there's this concept, right? Thank you, Los, by the way. There's this concept. They call it the 4-burner concept. Because now I want to get into a little bit more concrete in terms of how you can actually walk this out, because I do get it, right? As much as I'm talking to you about how to perceive it, the philosophies of how to look at it, I also get that life shows up sometimes and you have to choose. But most of us still choose improperly because of lack of understanding. So the 4-burner concept, let's just assume instead of 6 categories in life, let's assume there are 4, right? So we've got let's say family, right? We've got what else? Health. Health, right? What else?
Spiritual.
Say again. Let's do spiritual. Give me another one.
Emotional.
And emotional. Okay. So let's say that these are the 4 burners on the stove.
Sure.
And every time you turn it, these burners all tap into 100% of the power. Okay. So if I turn this burner up to 25%, how much is left?
75.
So you would say that if the max that I could probably put this one to is 25, I'm only left with what?
50.
Then that means the last one only gets what? 25, right?
Yeah.
So that means if I turn this guy up to 100%, how many of these guys getting? None, because I've maxed out the source. Yes?
Yeah.
And so the source would be you, okay? Because you can only give 100% of you. You can't give 200% of you. How do you do that? Okay. So now here's the 4-burner concept. How it works is that most people say, okay, in order for me to turn up on, let's just, instead of calling it emotional, let's use this, call this one work, right? W. So in order for me to really turn up my attention on work, on my business, because I'm taking it off the ground, I've got to put this to 100%, which means I've got nothing left for spiritual, I've got nothing left for health, and I've got nothing left for family. Okay. And this is where that linear concept comes into play. So, but what if I told you that instead of approaching this from a life balance perspective, the better way, in my opinion, at least based on my experience, is to approach it from a life satisfaction perspective. What does that look like? Well, I know I have to work. I'm taking that business off the ground. I know that I've got to put that energy there. But remember what I said to you I did with my son? That fell under family, yes?
Yeah.
But you saw what I did. I pulled him into it. Even though I've got to increase this, he's still a part of that. Are you tracking?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I gave you one example, but in your own way, you've got to find your own way to create that that circular approach to it versus the linear. Of course, we'll get it. And any of those specific questions you have about how to do that, please bring them out, especially in the Q&A, because I want you to walk out of here with answers for your own life. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay. So the regular approach is to do the 4-burner concept, which is where you try to do this. And life balance, I think that this is just the wrong way, personally, to go about it. Because you're never, ever going to really achieve that. It's some way, somehow, all you've got is 100%. You've got to find a way to create life satisfaction. So for me, part of the things I do is incorporating those things in my life that matter. So as an example, I was telling the guys the other day, I lost somewhere between 8 and 10 pounds in the last 35, 40 days. Why? Because I started incorporating, I started living it in that circular fashion. I started incorporating it rather than separating it. So guess what? My kids, I got to take them to school in the morning and they got to be at school at 7:30. So I was used to waking up at 6 and then getting the kids ready. And y'all know how it goes. The diaper is on one leg, the food is on the other, and you're trying to juggle all these things. So guess what I did? I started waking up at 5 a.m. Why? So I can go to the gym, work out, run, do my cardio, then take a shower, then start doing the kid stuff. Guess what? I'm included that now in the morning. Instead of the morning just being my children, it's now our time. Am I making sense to anybody? I'm giving you basic stuff here because, again, I want you to leave with your life changed in some capacity.
Yeah.
Y'all okay?
Yeah.
You want some more?
More, please.
Okay. Let me give you a couple more. So here's the other thing I want to share with you. I kind of put notes here for myself because there's so much I can share with you guys on this, but I want to keep myself focused. So we talked earlier about the 6 areas, right? Anybody remember one of them?
Family.
We got family. Okay.
Social.
Family. Let's just say fam. Okay. We said what else? Health. Okay. Finance. I can't spell it. Health.
You can just put the big letters, emotion.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. Make it simple. Why didn't I do that before? Cheat, right? Health. What did we say? Emotional.
Social.
What else?
Social.
Social.
Finance.
And we're missing one.
Spiritual.
There you go. Okay. Now you can put them in whatever order you want. Now, so here is what I wrote down today. Because I said, how can I capture my philosophies in one sentence on each of these categories? So spiritual, and you should probably write these down because it'll help you later on come up with your own. Spiritual. Here's what I wrote down for spiritual. Things are created twice. Things are created how many times? Twice. First in our mind and second in our reality.
Yes.
Where are things created first?
Mind.
And then where?
Reality.
Our reality. So I'm not trying to talk to you about religion because that's too complicated. Everyone's got their own opinion, whatever it may be. I'm not here to judge. All I'm saying to you is you can't deny that we all belong to something greater than us. Yes or yes?
Yes.
Okay. So if you understand that, then when you get these ideas and you understand that things are first created spiritually first, and then secondly, they're manifested here. So why do we go to try to create things here first? Los, they missed that one. If it's created spiritually first and then physically second, where should we go to first? Spiritual. So anybody done an affirmation before? What do you do when you do your affirmations? Right.
Make I statements.
You make I statements, right? Now, those I statements that you're making, are those things real yet?
No, they're created in mind.
Exactly. So I'm trying to show you how to tap into the spiritual. Okay. So the way you start to tap into that spiritual is you say those things that are not yet as if they are already. I hope I'm helping somebody.
Helping me, brother.
You got to tap into that which is not real yet by what you say.
Wouldn't that be faith?
We're talking spiritual. And so, ladies and gentlemen, when you start to look at life in this way, again, another flip-flop. We've been taught, oh, you've got to go out there and go get it. You've got to go out there. That's second. First is you've got to pull it to you. It's what you say. So if you're walking around still saying stuff that your mom used to say, your dad used to say, oh, well, if money was, I was supposed to have more. I'd be born into a rich family. Oh, well, you can tell your kids, money doesn't grow on trees. And look at all the stuff you're saying. Look at all the stuff you're pulling out of the spiritual realm. Is that what you want? So be mindful what you say to yourself because somebody important is listening. You missed it. You missed it. Who's important in that conversation? You, ladies and gentlemen, you. Yeah. Be mindful what you say to yourself because somebody important is listening. So affirmations is an opportunity for you to intentionally say the things that you want to yourself. Now, here's the trick. As you're saying those things, your mind is going to play games with you. I remember before I made my first $100,000 from home, I sat down and I wrote my affirmation down. And I said, I now make $8,333.33 a month. In case you don't know, that's $100,000 a year. I know it down to the penny. You know why? Because I had to say it. See how I'm already showing up differently? Yeah. Some of you didn't even know what that amount was, but yet you've been saying, I'm going to be a millionaire, but yet you don't know how much it takes per month to have a certain amount at the end of the year. It's the truth. So I said to myself, I'm going to make $8,333.33 per month. Adds up to be $100,000. But remember, I told you, your mind's going to mess with you. Carlos talked to you about be careful that your eyes don't lie to you. Yeah. So watch this. As soon as I said it, you know the next thought I had?
You're not there yet.
Nope. You're right. Look at your bank account. You got $83.33. That's what it said to me. That was my mind. So guess what I had to learn how to do? Yeah. Speak back to it. Thank you for sharing. They didn't catch that one, Eric. I'm trying to help you guys. So be careful. Because the first time you say it, guess what? Your mind is going to tell you you're lying. But are you?
No, sir.
You're manifesting. See the flip-flop? So that's when it came to money. Go deeper, but I'm not. I'll wait to Q&A. Let's talk about another one. Let's pick mental. Here's what I wrote down for mental. Oh, no. I got to put my glasses on. I'm totally sad. All right. So, our lives, this is that part with Jim Rohn, where he said, our lives are mostly affected by how we think things are. How we think things are. So, mentally, I had to change my thinking. It was my stinking thinking as to why my income was shrinking. Let me say it again. It was my stinking thinking as to why my income was shrinking. Say it with me. It was my stinking thinking as to why my income was shrinking. My two friends, love y'all. Everybody else, please. It was thinking as to why my income was shrinking. So guess what I had to do? I had to change my stinking thinking. And it meant that I had to change some of the people that I was around. Because part of my stinking thinking came from the people I was around. Yep. Serious statement. Doesn't mean that those people are bad people. It just means they've got some bad information. And they transferred the bad information. Part of the crew that was my group that was giving me bad information, my mom. And I love her. In fact, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here.
Right.
Mama raised me. I would do anything for mom. But mom was giving me the best she had. Mom didn't go out and make the discovery. Mom never read How to Win Friends and Influence People. Mom didn't read Think and Grow Rich. Mom wasn't reading The Slight Edge. You know what mom was doing? Watching the news. You know what was on the news? Burglaries, murders, stabbings, rapes. My mentor said, that's like trying to bake a cake with cement. All the wrong ingredients. So, ladies and gentlemen, he also goes into, it's funny, I love Jim Rohn. How many of y'all know Jim Rohn? Man is amazing. He said, he asked this question, and I'll use today's terms. He said, what if I put poison in your coffee? What would happen to you? You would die. What if a stranger put poison in your coffee? You will die. What if your mama put poison in your coffee? You would die. So does it matter who got the poison?
No.
You get the same outcome. And so why do we mix up love with results? Oh, it's my mom. So I gotta. So here's what I did. For 2 years, I didn't talk to my mom. I'm not telling you to do this, ladies and gentlemen. I was a bit extreme, okay? My mom almost hugged me because I didn't talk to her. I didn't talk to my mom for 24 months straight. Because that's how close we were. My dad left, and I'm the oldest boy, and, so I basically was husband to mom for all these years, and we were really, really, really close. But I had to learn how to disassociate. I hope I'm helping somebody. I had to learn how to walk away.
Wow.
You see, some people, it's okay to spend a day with, but not a month.
Wow.
Some people, it's okay to spend a year with, but not 6 months. Some people, you just got to totally walk away from. So I disassociated from mom temporarily. Then you've got the people you've got to get around. So if success was a 10, when I was a 2, I'm trying to get around a 7. But you know what the problem is? The 7 is trying to get around a 10 so he can become a 9. But I'm a 3. So the 7 is trying to stay away from me. So there was the conundrum. So now I got to figure out, how do I get around the 7? And Carlos knows this. Los, how do you get around the 7? The 2 words, baby. You got to plot and scheme. You got to plot and scheme. So a story that I often tell, there's a gentleman who was in the company I was with before. And gentleman, I looked up to him, and I still do to this day, very successful. And so one of the things for me was, I said, all right, if I got to plot and scheme, man, how do I do this? So this gentleman was coming into town to speak, and we were in the hotel. The hotel is in Newark Airport. It's the Newark Airport Marriott. You can look up this stuff. It's all true. And I don't know if it's still a Marriott now, but the hotel's still there. So remember, this hotel is in the airport. It's not like it's 3 miles, 15 miles away. So they started asking, well, who's going to pick him up from the terminal? I am, because I was plotting and scheming. Because this gentleman was like a 20 and I'm a 2. I really had a whole lot of plotting and scheming. So the presentation started about 7:30. He landed around 6:45. I looked at my watch. I said, ooh, that's some tremendous time that I get to have with him. So I cleared out my seat in the car. And so I pull out of the hotel, go to the terminal, pick him up. Now the terminal is only 5 minutes away. I had plotted out the path, the whole 9 of how we were going to go. Picked him up, put him in the car, and locked the door. He's not getting out of this one, buddy. You with me now. So the value that I was bringing to him was, I was giving him a ride from the terminal to the hotel, which is only about 5 minutes away from each other. Man, I circled the airport about 25 minutes. I had 13 questions ready. So, Mr. Stuff, let me ask you a question about this. So how do you do this? How you do? You think he's not going to talk to me when I'm driving?
Doors locked.
Doors are locked, baby. You better talk to me. But how much would it have cost me to try to figure out a way to go spend some individual time with this gentleman?
Yes.
Am I making sense to anybody?
Yes.
So you find your way to plot and scheme, but a key to doing that is you've got to bring value to the person who is of value. Make sense?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
Yes.
let's talk about another one. I spent a lot of time on that one. Tasha, how am I doing on time? Awesome. Thank you. So we talked about spiritual. We talked about mental. Let's talk about, pick one, y'all. Which one you want to talk about next? Pick one. There's 4 left.
Emotional.
Emotional. Let's talk about emotional. Okay. So So what I wrote down for emotional for me was some people don't do better simply because they don't feel better.
That's right.
Some people don't do better simply because they don't feel better. So the emotional standpoint, one of the best things I've learned about emotions, and especially for me as a man, is to not react, but to respond.
Yeah.
And do you know one of the best things you can do to make sure that you live in that space? In that moment when something ticks you off, in that moment when something makes you feel whatever, just breathe. Just take a second, collect your thoughts, and then respond. Because when you do it without even thinking, that's what? That's a reaction.
Yeah.
Now your emotions have you versus you having your emotions. And that doesn't just have to do with speaking. It's with anything that shifts you in that moment.
Yeah.
Take a second, just breathe. Be aware of what's happening inside of you. If you got to take a walk, take a walk. Sometimes the best answer is to just ignore the subject just for a moment. But the emotional side of things is often why, I hate to say it, but especially for my people. And I say my people, I'm talking about African Americans.
Yeah.
We're highly emotional folks. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? I love the energy. I love all that. But guess what? Sometimes we need to just take a second and then act. So, folks, ladies, I can help a lot of you with your relationships with just one sentence. Stop for a moment. And instead of you thinking you knew what he meant, turn what you're about to accuse him of into a question. Let me stay focused. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole right now. Turn it into a question. So, did you mean this when you said that? And I guarantee you, more than half the time, his answer is going to be no. Okay, let's move from that one. We'll go back to that one later. I know I'm going to get in trouble later for that. So, okay, let's talk about
But it's okay.
physical. I'm not even going to respond to her because I'm in trouble already. Okay. All right, physical. This one is really important because guess where you have to live?
In our body.
You know what I found out? Be yourself because everybody else is taken. So the first thing about physical, stop trying to be like somebody else who you're not. Be you because everyone else is taken. Because when you try to be like someone else, what you're doing is you're telling me that God made a mistake. It doesn't hurt to be inspired. It doesn't hurt to want to be more than what you are. But don't try to be someone else. For me, one of the main reasons I started working out, I looked at it this way. I love operating from philosophies first because philosophies answer a lot of the challenges that may show up later. So from a physical standpoint, here's how I look at it. Working out to me is bargaining with God for more time.
Wow.
Bargaining with God for more time. Because you don't know that drink that you had 10,000 times. How many years or how many days or how many months has it taken off the back end of your life? We don't know. But you can add that back when the more you start taking care of where you live. This is the one place that I can guarantee you, only you and God will give yourself an eviction notice. It's your body. Take care of yourself. It's sad to say that some of us take care of our pets better than we do ourselves.
Wow.
I see people, I'm like, man, they're going to the vet again? When was the last time you had a physical? Do you even know what that pain you keep feeling on that side of your body is? And you just, what, take Tylenol? So you put Band-Aid on a broken bone and think everything is okay. Coach Trey said something last night that blew me away. He said, if you break a bone, when it heals, it actually becomes the strongest part of your body.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting? But what if you didn't heal? Then that place becomes the what? Weakest part of your body. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not telling you to go look like Adonis. It's not about that. Especially if you've already got your mate and you're happy and all that. It's just about being healthy. Asking God for more time.
Wow.
Okay, let's talk about the last two. So then we'll I'll give you one more exercise and we'll wrap up. Okay, we haven't talked about social, yes? Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. You are the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. So you want to be successful. You want to go do your own thing. Who are the 5 friends that you hang around the most? Are they successful? Are they doing their own thing? Are you the smartest person in your crew? Because y'all know what that means, right? If you're the smartest person in your 5, where are you? You're the dumbest one. So if you're a millionaire, do you want to hang around thousandaires? You want to hang around a billionaire. If you're a thousandaire, do you want to hang around somebody who's trying to figure out how to pay rent? I'm not judging anybody. I'm just telling you facts. These are not up for debate. Somebody says, I can fly. Go ahead and jump. Let's see. Because it's called the principle. It's called gravity. It's not up for debate. See, these principles don't care how we feel. They just say, obey me or else. It's the same thing with this. Start changing the people you're around. My mentor would say it all the time. The people around me are making something of me. He said, I'm not telling you to judge them. I'm just telling you to check. Who am I becoming? How many of you would like to have an Eric Eve as one of your best friends? Come on. Or Carlos Spencer to pick up the phone and talk to whenever you want to? When you hang around people who are of value, you become more valuable. Folks, this stuff isn't rocket science. The question is, will you participate in your own rescue? Or will you just have faith? Let's talk about the last one. Financial. My mentor said to me, another one, his name is Frank Coin. I call him Uncle Frank. Gentleman, one of his companies is worth over 300 million. And so I asked him one day, I said, Uncle Frank, what's the purpose of money? His answer blew my mind. He said, Obi, it's to purchase experiences. Oh. The purpose of money is to purchase experiences. Man, it messed me up. Because one of the things I realized was I didn't have to wait till I became a gazillionaire to start purchasing experiences. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of freedom in that statement. So if you got $100 this Saturday, go eat at a restaurant you've never eaten at before. Go purchase an experience you've never had before. That's the stuff that starts to inspire you. And you never know what will happen. You might get in there and you see a guy who's got on a beautiful suit or a woman and they end up being your wife in 3 years. Gentlemen, I'm trying to help you. But I might also be that person and you start saying, you know what, man, he looks sharp. Man, Mr. Endu told me to plot and scheme. Man, how do I get over there and not seem weird? I can't go over there and say, hi, do you want to be my friend? That's really weird. Okay? Because he's probably going to tell you no. But you get the idea. Start putting yourself in these type of positions that will cause other things to happen. Yeah. So the purpose of money is to purchase experience. Got it? Okay. So listen, let me do this last exercise with you because I've got less than about 6 minutes here. I haven't done this in a long time, y'all. Eric, you're going to laugh at this because you'll remember this from like 10 years ago. Okay. So I would like to have each of you grab one of these, please. Gentlemen, can you guys take this and just pass it back? Okay. Thank you, sir. And gentlemen, these are for you. Let me grab some more for those folks. And by the way, you can keep this when we're done. Okay. Here you go, buddy. Bye.
We need something, right?
Yes, please. You need a pen. Everybody, if you need a pen, raise your hand, please. Okay. Anyone got it? Anybody need a pen? I need one. You need one? You got one? Got it. Okay. Sure. Hey, brother. Anybody else? Y'all good? Everybody got something right with it? Okay. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to complete this exercise. But please, you got to play by the rules. When I say stop, you got to stop. Okay? Yes? Yeah. All right. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to look for the numbers and then circle them in sequence. So you're gonna look for number 1, and then you're gonna find number 2. Now don't start yet. Don't start yet.
Yeah.
Eyes on me. Eyes on me. All eyes up. Eyes up. Eyes up. No cheating. No cheating. Good job. Okay. So when I count to 3, you start. When I say stop, I need your eyes on me. If your eyes are not on me, you owe me lunch. You're gonna purchase me an experience today. All right. So listen. You ready? 1. Oh, you what?
Line, right? That's it.
Just circle the number. Yeah. So start from 1, then 2, and okay. Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
1, 2, go. No, circle the number, y'all. You have to circle the whole thing. Just the number. Just the number. Okay. You got 5 seconds. 3, 2. Stop. No cheating. No cheating. No cheating. Eyeballs. Eyeballs.
All right.
Eyeballs. I don't see all the eyeballs. Good job, folks. Anybody get to number 10? Anybody get to 12? Okay. Anybody get to 20? I was about to say, man, if you got to 20, you good. Okay, what's the highest number you got to? Gentleman in the back, what'd you get to, brother? Red hat. 10? You got the 10? Man, I thought you raised your hand some high. What'd you get? The gentleman next to you.
I got 14.
You got 14. Anybody beat 14? So 14 is the highest in the room, yes? Okay, so here's what I want y'all to do. Okay, now I want you to grab the piece of paper. Okay, grab the paper, hold it up. Okay, now I want you to fold it in half this way. Okay, and then I want you to fold it in half again this way. So you should end up with something that looks like this when we're done. Okay, now I want you to open it up. Okay, now we're going to call these quadrants, okay?
Yep.
That's what we're going to call them. We're going to call the one on the bottom left quadrant. I'm sorry, let's start over. We're going to call the one on the bottom right quadrant 1. We're going to call the one to the left of it quadrant 2. Okay. We're going to call the top right corner quadrant 3.
Mhm.
We're going to call the top left corner quadrant 4. You got it? Okay. So now, where's number 1?
Bottom right.
Not the quadrant, the actual number.
Oh.
What quadrant is it?
Same thing.
Quadrant 1, right?
Yep.
Where's number 2? Quadrant 2. Where's number 3?
3.
Quadrant 3. Where's number 4?
4.
Quadrant 4. Where's number 5?
1.
Where's number 6?
Hey.
Okay, now hold up. Slow down. Look at me. Please.
Yeah.
You still don't, I didn't tell you secret yet. Here's what I want you to do. We're going to do this again for the same amount of time. And now I want you to start from the number you stopped at. And then I'm going to stop you at the same time. Okay, go.
Wow. Wow.
Some of you are waking up. I love it. Some of you are already getting light bulbs lighting up. I love it.
Let's see.
You got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Pens down. Eyeballs. Eyeballs, please.
Wow.
Okay. Now I want you to count from the number you started from when we did it the second time to the number you got, and tell me how many digits you got this time. Count for me. Count. Go ahead. Take a second. You got 13. Okay. 15. I heard 15. Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
14.
14. Okay. Raise your hand if you did better the second time than you did the first time. Pretty much everybody in the room, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, can you tell me why?
Got it.
You had a framework.
Say that again.
You had a framework.
You had a framework. There's a second word that I'm looking for that starts with an S. It's very similar to framework. You had a system that you understood now that you could follow.
Mm.
Consider, ladies and gentlemen, that part of the balance of life is to understand your own personal framework, your own personal system. And that once you get it, the exact same life becomes so much easier to manage. Listen, my name is Obina Endu. If nobody's told you, I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. God bless. See y'all.
Anybody get something from that? Maybe a thing or two? Y'all want Obi to come back in January?
Please.
Want Carlos to come back in January?
Yes.
Just checking. They got a lot of places they can go. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take a quick 10-minute break, and then we're actually going to live stream the final piece today, which is around leadership.
You tired of all these YouTubers, podcasters, all in the videos, dancing, not giving out no information. You know? Come to Can I Be Real, baby? Come to Can I Be Real? We're going to give you every step, tool, and obstacle that you need to know to be successful in this. Go to Instagram, Can I Be Real? And then click the link. It's going to take you to a website. The website going to take you to where you need to go. Then your steps going to be ordered to where you can get the things that you need to get, inquire what you need to inquire, and be monetized the way you need to be monetized.
I don't think they caught that.
They didn't catch it? They didn't catch it? They didn't catch it? They didn't catch it?
They didn't catch it.
So listen to it real good. When you throw that rod out there in that water, you want to catch you something. So when you click on to that link, you're going to catch some information. You know what I'm saying? You can lead them to water, but you can't make them drink it.
Can't make them drink.
You can't make them drink it.
But guess what?
We can show you the pond, though.
We can dang it on show you the pond.
We can show you the pond.
We can show you the pond.
We can show you the ocean.
And we can help you swim.
We can help you swim.
We might not get you to the other side.
That's on you.
That's on you.
That's on you.
But we will get you to the water.
We're going to show you where that water is.
Click the link.
Click the link. Can I Be Real?